Magnum fans, Jack Lubash here, and we have an exclusive interview for you. We have come to the home of Jaysin Strife without his knowledge. As you all know, it was last month after the Men in Black were finally revealed to be Dusty, who is also known as Hype Gotti, and Tony Cortez as the Men in Black to join forces with Jaden Drago. It really hit hard on Jaysin Strife, and no one has heard from him since. So we're going to go get a word with him and see what we can get from him. I'm going to go right here. This is where he works out and see if he's in there. Jaysin,
What's going on, guys?
hey, I hope you don't care that we stopped by.
No, it's alright. Don't mind me.
We're not interrupting anything, are we?
Nope.
Care if
Getting ready.
Care if I get a few words with you?
Yeah, for sure, man. Take a seat.
First want to start off with, it was last month at the second night of Hot Magnum Nights. The unveiling of the Men in Black, Tony Cortez and Hype Gotti. At the conclusion of that match, we seen that you were a little distraught over the whole thing. No one's been able to hear from you since. I mean, can we get any word on what your thoughts are on them joining up with Jaden Drago?
Well, Dusty, I expected it. I wouldn't put it past him. He'll do anything he can to get ahead. It's despicable, but whatever. It's the name of the game. Tony, on the other hand, that caught me off guard. I mean, just the night before, he had my back in Oakland. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
He's a hell of an actor, I guess. I haven't talked to anybody. I definitely haven't reached out to them. It's just. It's one of those mysteries, like how long are they planning it? You know what I mean? Like, it's not something I really want to, I guess, know the answers to. So I
have to touch on this too. You had said to Mikey when Anthony Douglas caught up with you backstage after the show that you are no longer going to go on with this feud. If he wants to go on with it, he can. I mean, are you going to stick to that? I mean, are you?
It's his fight now. I've got my eyes on the prize. I've got other things on the horizon that I need to prepare for. I can't sit back and continually fight the same battles over and over again. Eventually we're just going to destroy ourselves, and nobody's going to get anywhere. I wash my hands of it. If Mikey wants to keep going, he can keep going. He's got my support, but I can't. I'm not going to fight one of my best friends. It's not going to happen.
Well, that is understandable. You had mentioned the big picture. Well, the next big picture is August 1st when we come to the Firefighters Hall in Omaha, Nebraska, 60th and Grover, and it was just announced that you are going to go one-on-one with Matt Sydal. Now, this isn't your first time fighting him. You guys fought 7 years ago where you scored the pinfall over him. What is your plan for this match? Are you prepared for Matt Sydal?
Well, I'm preparing. I'm preparing for Matt Sydal. It was 7 years ago. I'll tell you the story. It was 7 years ago that I wrestled Matt. It was NWA Central States, and it was for the NWA Midwest X Division title. On that night, I pinned him. I got the best of him. More years experience. It's a better athlete. It's one of those things in wrestling. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and that proved it. And I walked away the victor, and I walked away with that belt. And it was a turning point, ironically, in both of our careers, not just mine. See, I knew about this match 2 days after Hot Magnum Nights. Magnum management called me and they said Matt Sydal he's gonna come to Magnum. You know, we all know how the wrestling business works. We all knew the release was coming, whatever, you know. So I think he was just preparing the road ahead, and he says to the management team, it's 7 years in the making. He's like, I want my rematch. I don't know where else it's gonna happen. I want it to be there, and well, obviously, a star like Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal, Magnum management jump all over it. Who can blame him? I wouldn't blame him. That's good business. And so I was called. They talked to me and said, yeah, of course I'll do it, you know. It's 7 years now. It's time I test myself a little bit more. I mean, I wrestled AJ Styles in January and came up on the short end of that. But, you know, it helped me grow. That's the name of the game. You wrestle people that are better than you to get better. And so that was one of my steps in my growing process. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see, as I mentioned earlier, when I pinned Matt 7 years ago, it was a new step in mine and his career. I mean, Matt went on to go to Japan for Dragon Gate, be on TV for Wrestling Society X, and you know, after that it was inevitable. WWE gave him the call, performed on the grandest stage of them all, as the highest level that everybody hopes to achieve. And here I was with this prestigious belt, the NWA X Division title, and I squandered it away. It's like our careers took opposite paths. What should have elevated me to a new level didn't. I got caught up in everything. Became an alcoholic. I had a TNA tryout. I just drank it all away, every last bit of it. Ed Schumann took a chance on me, and I blew it. You know, it's sad because it was about 4 or 5 years after all that that I reached back out to Ed. I actually talked to him 3 days before he died. And he was like, hey man, the second you get back from California, he's like, call me. We'll talk more when you get back. You know, I hung up the phone. It was a Thursday night, probably about like 8 o'clock. Got out to California, left early Friday morning and was out there. Did some shows, whatnot, who have you. And Sunday morning, you know, I found out Ed was dead. It was like, yeah, I straightened my life around to go and try to get back on that level, and my whole grasp on that was just gone in a moment's notice. Ed was terrible health. Just eat donuts, suck down coffee, and smoke cigarettes. He always had a cigarette in his mouth, but that's either here nor there. You know, now it's, you know, we're back. You know, it's like we're back where we started. I've got an opportunity, you know, win or lose, I've got an opportunity to use this to re-elevate my career. So, you know, of course I took the match. It's time to step in my game. I've been wrestling for 10 years now. It's time to go for broke. So
it sounds like more than anybody else, you need to prove to yourself that you can beat Matt Sydal and move on to bigger and better things. Am I right in that assumption?
I'm my own worst enemy. I need to beat a lot more than Matt Sydal. I need to beat a lot of people. Will it happen? Who knows? But
do you see this? You're both kind of known, especially Matt, as high flyers. Are you going to go to the air, or are you going to try to keep this match on the mat?
You know, ironically, back when we first squared off, I earlier in my career, I was definitely more of a high flyer. I tweaked my game a little bit, but I still kept to my nature, and you know, I came out on top. But you know, getting older, the body starts to take a beating. My knees, my back, and my wrists, elbows. So you know, doing a lot of functional training just to get my body back, just get healthy again. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Some that the Magnum fans haven't ever seen. I've got some that nobody's ever seen. So I mean, we'll see what happens. definitely his experience in WWE's, and that's gonna be tough to beat.
Well, you had mentioned the fans. They're normally behind you. Now, bringing in a star like Evan Bourne from WWE, it could be that the fans are more on his side than yours. Do you think that if they are against you, that's going to have an effect on the match?
I couldn't say one way or the other. But I can tell you is if you look at that match with AJ Styles in January, crowd was split. And I still went out there and gave it to him. Could I have beat him if the fans were all behind me? Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, Jaysin, I do want to thank you for letting us come in and
No problem.
at least
Pleasant surprise.
get some questions answered. I do want to wish you best of luck on your match on the 1st against Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal. Is there anything you'd like to add, or?
No. Just get back to doing what I do.
All right, Jaysin.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by, guys.
We'll see you on the 1st.
Yeah, definitely.
Magnum fans, if you go to magnum-pro.com, you can get your tickets for this event on August 1st at the Firefighters Union Hall in Omaha, Nebraska on 60th and Grover. I am Jack Lubash, and we will see you on the 1st.